Grassi's legacy as a driver is fantastic.
I don't know if I've met a smarter racing driver.
Lucas di Grassi is known to be the most successful driver in Formula E history.
Di Grassi's been Mr. Formula E.
He scored 40 podiums.
Champion in season 3.
He's forceful, maybe too far.
He does what it takes to win.
The two championship contenders out of turn 1.
I think we would not be where we are without him.
I don't think any driver's bigger than the sport, but I think there have been certain characters that have been integral. I think Lucas di Grassi is undoubtedly one of those characters.
I left Brazil to try my luck as a professional racing driver in Formula 3. I wanted to succeed, I wanted to make a career out of racing, and I took a risk. And I went to live in the countryside of Oxford, different food, different weather. And then I was like, okay, one more year, one more. And then it's been 20 years. Europeans, they can grow up with their family. We, at one point, we have to leave everything behind. Papai! Quem papai? Papai, papai. You have to have so much hunger to be so certain of what you want that when you jump in the car, that little extra makes a difference, I think.
Di Grassi's on his push lap. He's joined Mahindra for this year, and he's wrestling the car.
We're through, mate, we're through. Well done.
Come on! This season, consistent good results, that's the target. Podiums and maybe a win. Good job, let's go!
And we just have the final to come.
So it will be Dennis in the final. He's done a 12.6.
Okay, so Di Grassi, his lap was a 13.0. Okay, we just need to repeat.
You will be the first car because he is the quickest car.
Copy.
Di Grassi's quicker through turn 1. Dennis has made an error.
Sorry, boys. No idea what happened.
There's another lockup. It's done for Dennis. Lucas di Grassi across the line, and in his first race for Mahindra, takes pole position in Mexico City. Lucas di Grassi is back.
Pole position, mate, pole position. Top job, mate.
Come on! Come on! Woo!
Lucas di Grassi is somewhat of an enigma.
Love you, my friend.
Not bad. For the first race together, not bad.
I find Lucas di Grassi the most fascinating character in the paddock. He has an incredible mind. He's a member of Mensa, very, very intelligent.
What the happened there?
Good job, man. Good job, guys. Good job. I really didn't expect to be here today, and I think I didn't have the fastest car out there. I just managed to do less mistakes, especially with Jake. I think he was pretty quick. I take it. Good points and the trophy.
He brings a lot of competitiveness. He's borderline, I don't want to use the word dirty, but he does what it takes to win.
Oh, yes, he's hit him! I don't believe it! The two championship contenders out at turn 1!
He's forceful, maybe too far. He's someone you don't underestimate.
Lucas is a mix of many different things. A driver, he's like a philosopher, he's like an engineer, a scientist, all in one. Lucas was the first driver to try the Gen 1 car.
Exciting, no? This is the glamour of Formula E testing.
Having Lucas involved, having Lucas backing us, gave a lot of credibility to the project.
Alejandro gave me this car. This is the first ever layout of the Gen 1, which I drove in Vegas. The full battery was not ready yet, so they put like this tiny little battery just to make sure that the car goes around. And Alejandro came to me and said, Lucas, you need to do some donuts and impress people. I said, Alejandro, are you nuts? The car has 50 horsepower. I cannot even spin the wheels. Just try it. So I did like these horrible donuts around the board members. In the end, it worked. Everybody liked it, and the rest is history.
Despite a lot of naysayers and quite a few concerns with the car itself, Alejandro Agag and Lucas Di Grassi pushed on, brought electric racing to the public, and made history.
You couldn't beat round one, season one in China.
There were like 20 doubts. There were doubts about the car, the battery, the software, the track.
No one quite knew if all the cars were going to get off the line.
The cars are all lined up. The lights are coming on, and for the first time, we go green in Beijing. And it's a very good start from Nico Prost by the looks of things.
I was third the whole race. And then at the very last corner of the last lap,
Heidfeld goes to the inside line, and they make contact. They're both off, and that's an accident for Nick Heidfeld.
Nick Heidfeld tumbling through the air.
that crash went viral all over the world, and suddenly people knew what Formula E was.
And giving the race victory to Lucas Di Grassi, was it?
Lucas Di Grassi is going to take victory in the FIA Formula E race here in Beijing.
It was like almost fate, right? It was almost like, okay, it meant to be.
I'm very glad that Heidfeld is okay. Nobody wants to win this way, but it feels great to be the first winner in Formula E.
The biggest jump was from 0 to 1, from non-existing to racing. But Gen 3 had the same feeling. We were really introducing so many changes, so many new technologies, so many new things in the car, all at the same time, that people were worried.
On pole position for the dawn of a new era, it's the man who won the first ever Formula E race. It's Lucas Di Grassi.
The way I approach racing is actually very straightforward. I focus on what I can control.
You know what he's going to do next door to you? Always, first 6 laps with high green game.
What I can control is my driving, myself, being fit, being the best I can.
Radio check.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Di Grassi's on pole. All 5 lights are on. Through to the lead goes Dennis. Di Grassi down to second place.
We are 2% down on Verline.
That is not a good sight. Di Grassi knows he's going to have to drive an exceptionally wide Formula E car if he wants to hold on to a podium. Oh, and here comes Verline into the chicane.
Clean move.
Di Grassi 2% less. Foxtrot urgent. Foxtrot urgent.
Oh, Di Grassi's gone in really deep. He's going to be under an awful lot of pressure. Di Grassi is still fighting the fight and holding on, and he's wide, he's wide, he's wide. Is that the chance for Hughes? No. This is remarkable stuff.
Textbook defending.
Third is going to be Di Grassi. He comes out the final corner now and takes the checkered flag.
Great job, team. Great job. Was the best we could do today. Woo! Come on! It was a good race.
Mexico, it could look like the perfect story. It's what you could dream of, starting with a pole position and being P3, because it was a great team effort. We were very happy, and me included, 100%. I think it was a very nice present to start like this. I said thank you to Lucas and all the team so many times, but on the other side, I wanted them to keep the idea that this must not be an exception in the season.
Oh my God.
Don't say this to me, I don't believe you. What the was that about?
Scott told me your son is
crazy
about cars.
Crazy
right?
I
have a 4-year-old. I just started him on electric go-karts.
Potential drivers for the future.
Boa, cara! Vai lá, vou cronometrar. 1, 2, 3 e já! Sem rodar. Mais rápido, mais rápido. I started go-karting, I was only 7, 8. So it was much later, he's 4. Boa! My duty as a parent, as a father, is to give him the access to different stuff. So he does football, tennis, and this is like playing. And then if he wants to race go-kart and go further, then it will be his decision, not mine. It's hard. It's easy to be a parent. It's very hard to be a good parent all the time. Nobody teaches you. There is no life course on being a good father, right? So it's hard. Oi, você quer ir no kart? Isso. Vai devagar. Dá uma volta com ela na pista. Well, hopefully it doesn't end up in some bruises. I think it's the first time they do that. Gostou, B? Ela que tá acelerando? Toma cuidado. Beatriz, don't do that. Não, deixa ela. Vai lá pegar seu patinete, B. Sim. Maybe she will be the racing driver, who knows? To do pole position and podium in the first race was great, but since then we had a mixture of bad luck and bad performance.
Yeah, what was that start, man? Somebody crashing my back.
Mahindra being nowhere, that's been really tough.
What happened on the first day was probably more bad luck than bad work.
Checker flag, P16.
The second day was more bad work than bad luck.
Lucas, he's been challenging, he's a champion, he's been challenging since the very first race. This season has been that first one, it's been tough to watch. It will be tough for him to swallow that he was not able, through sort of sheer hard work, to make more of an improvement. That's a struggle.
You feel that all the team lose a little bit the momentum.
I think it's great that Formula E has finally come to India. And certainly there's a huge amount of expectation and pressure, I think, on Mahindra. They've got every executive, hundreds of thousands of customers and dealers all coming to support them at the event. So I think there's a great deal of pressure on the race team and the drivers.
This weekend is the home race, so for sure for us it's pole position victory, and we don't even know which car we choose. But realistically, scoring good points would be the good result for us.
This race in Hyderabad alone is probably more important to them than the entire championship.
By the time of Hyderabad, I think it was clear to them that it was going to be a long season.
Roland up to 5th now for Mahindra.
We're under investigation for track limits.
Why are you only telling me when I've got 3 warnings? What a load of That's your fault if I get done, man. You didn't tell me.
Black and white flag for track limits.
How? Where?
T1, T2.
There's a Mahindra at their home race, lurking in 4th position with Oliver Rowland.
Okay, we have a 5-second penalty.
Get Lucas to make the gap.
We have a 5-second penalty.
No way! I was so careful! It's impossible I had a penalty. I didn't cross the line. So f***ing unfair. So f***ing unfair.
Lucas, help Ollie. Ollie needs a 5-second gap.
Final lap. Okay, that's the checker flag, mate. That was a fantastic drive. Well done. P7 at the moment on the timing screen.
Did Lucas make the gap?
Yeah, there was a big gap by the end of the race.
So Lucas, thank you.
Lucas Di Grassi was the ultimate team player, and he used all of his knowledge, all of his prowess in Formula E racing to allow his teammate and the team to leave Hyderabad with some well-needed points in a home race.
Despite what Oliver achieved and Mahindra achieved in Hyderabad, it was clear it wasn't a particularly happy camp.
I had the pace to win that race easy, man. I mean, I don't know what these guys did with the powertrain. I mean, bull. It's undrivable.
You stopped, Lucas, you stopped.
I had a suspension rear end failure.
Cape, I didn't do anything wrong as a driver.
It became pretty clear pretty quickly that the Mahindra had an issue, a serious issue. And this was the construction of the wishbones of the car.
See anything when you got out?
Yeah, there's a lot of oil and on the end of the right side brush.
It's very rare that you get racing cars at World Championship level withdrawn from races. You can count on one hand how many times it's happened before. Very, very rare that a car is deemed unsafe to race.
It was the first race in Formula E that he was ever going to miss. So that perfect record was no longer.
Sorry to hear about you guys.
If I would have had a winning car, and it was my mistake that I crashed in qualifying, and that's why we could not start, I would be much harder on myself. I did everything I could.
Lucas Di Grassi finally got his homecoming, his first home race in Sao Paulo.
He has been behind the scenes working at this for months and years to make this happen.
Bem-vindos ao primeiro IPRI da história aqui do Brasil, em São Paulo.
Very, very excited to be racing here in front of my family, friends.
He was just being pulled from pillar to post.
Been busy, man.
Crazy.
TV shows, sponsor engagements, guests.
I have something like 150 guests. So that side here is ours.
What I noticed was that his energy wasn't quite the same, and that was reflected in qualifying.
Push mode, track is clear.
I touched the wall.
Let's check what we got, Get him in, wheels off. Session over Lucas with sheared a bolt.
We can't change the part, there's a broken part.
It was the first time that Lucas had raced on home turf. He'd always desired this opportunity to showcase what he does, not just racing, but all the other stuff that Lucas loves about Formula E.
Devastatingly, it didn't go to plan, and Lucas had to start from the back of the grid. Has the championship outgrown Lucas Di Grassi?
Oh, that's a good question. I think without a Di Grassi in the championship, it wouldn't necessarily have the impact that it has had.
We're not going to fight for the championship. I think what we can do is to do good points every race. That's the target. That winning feeling is the best. But you have to understand that it's not always possible.
It's a lot of pressure, I think. I feel like maybe putting a lot of pressure on him.
I think we'll look back at Lucas as one of the proper founding fathers, proper legends.
Still one of the fastest racing drivers in the world. He's a credit to Formula E, really. He's an ambassador for Formula E. I think Formula E would be worse without him.
We never give up. We're going to fight until the very last lap to try to score some points and give a good show.
I'm proud of you for home race. Enjoy it. That happens, okay? He's probably one of the most committed driver to how we can improve. Lucas has still that curiosity, that wish of learning.
he's still motivated and hungry for the challenge.
He's had a great career in Formula E as well. You know, look at his success over the years. I wouldn't be putting any money against Lucas in the right car at the right time, still getting success in Formula E.
Good luck. Enjoy.
And we go green in Sao Paulo.
Even though he's more at the end of his driving career, I see him actually being big, if not a bigger part of Formula E. You know, it could be the CEO, it could be as an ambassador, it could be as a team principal. He's capable of doing probably all those things in time.
He has an incredible legacy that he will leave behind. I'm sure there will always be a home for Lucas di Grassi in Formula E if he wants it.
He believes in the core values of what Formula E is all about.
Checkered flag, P13.
Yeah, we did what we could.
It's almost immeasurable, actually, what he's brought. There's not much that he hasn't achieved. He probably doesn't still need to be doing it, but he's doing it because he loves it. He'll be one of these drivers that will really find it hard to let go.
Cadê meu beijo? Beijo, papai, ó. Papai. Ela tá andando ali? Cai. Vamos lá com o Lelo. Vai, pega o Lelo. Pega ele. I was 9 years old. We were staying in a beach where Senna had a house. And Senna used to run every day. Tô aqui. And then one day I took a bicycle and I followed him for like a few hundred meters. Olha as plantas aí que ela tá precisando de água. When Senna died, I was actually flying. I had a RC hobby aeroplane, and we heard on the radio that Senna died. And I came back home, and there was all this commotion. Then everybody was crying, and then for like 3 days, Brazil stopped. Não joga na câmera. I was like, okay, if this guy had this impact, motorsport is something very serious. I think I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna try to win, and even if I do, if I can motivate people, 0.1% of what this guy did, it's something that is already worth chasing. I'm very grateful that my parents gave me the opportunity to chase my dream, and I will try to do the same. But it has to be his dream, not mine. It has to be what he wants. Of course I want to win, of course I want to be champion again. Still have many years in front of me. That's the target. You always want to achieve more, right? You always want to win more races. The best race is always the next one.
I still got it somehow.
The first driver you want to beat is your teammate.
What a good teammate.
Everybody's under pressure.
What the
That's how you handle it.
I'd be grateful for some help.
They like a crash, those Maseratis, don't they?
This is a mess.
Third hits Evans.
Mega. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry.